Attorneys, let's be strategic.
Welcome back again to Training for Trial with Robert Graff of GraffStandard.com. Training for Trial, we're doing a 4-part series about how you can overcome your dislike for the voir dire process. So let's be strategic. Rob, what are we going to cover in this episode?
Well, we've been talking a little bit about our reading people and the mental stuff of getting over training for a jury selection, but this is a part of strategic and a little bit of the tricks and tips to actually play a game with the other side. Let's put it that way.
All right. Well, and let's do a quick rundown of the main points we're going to cover here so people know where we're going, and then we'll go there.
Well, the first part is don't let the opposing side know what you're thinking. Next, it's okay to pass on a strike. And number 3, and probably most importantly, count your numbers.
All right. Well, I am looking forward to being enlightened. These sound intriguing to me, Rob. So let's start from the top there. Don't let the opposing counsel know what you're thinking. That sounds definitely like strategic thinking. So tell me more about how that plays out in this process and how this is going to help people overcome their dislike of this process.
Well, some things that I've learned over time. Number 1, I've seen a lot of attorneys put their notes on a desk, regardless of whether you're up at the bench and speaking to individual voir dire, or whether you're in a back room and bring each person in for individual voir dire. You can see opposing counsel's notes on paper just because they're sitting there having it in front of them. I'm not saying do much, just lift your notes up. I mean, this is a pretty simple, basic thing. Hide your notes. I mean, I remember being in school, I forget, sometime in high school, and people would be sitting there covering their notes so people couldn't see what they were writing on the test.
Copying my paper, yeah.
Yeah, don't copy my paper. It's the same type of thing. Don't let the person know what you're thinking. I know it's going to be counterintuitive because the next bullet point is it's okay to pass, but maybe if you want to pass, maybe strike somebody who is off the walls. I mean, and when I mean off the walls, I'm not saying it's crazy, but just doesn't seem to fit into any program that you have. So the other side doesn't understand what you're doing. So you look like you don't understand what you're doing. Sometimes that's the best way to catch somebody off guard. Strike somebody that's not going to make the jury regardl's when you're counting your numbers.
So you're talking about really strategically striking, yeah. Is that what you mean?
Even if the person's not going to make the jury anyway and you would pass on a strike, I mean, this is a very specific situation, but maybe strike somebody who just isn't going to be on the jury panel regardless, so that the other side's like, well, why would they strike somebody like that? It doesn't make any sense. So it's keeping them off balance, getting them to think a little bit about what you're doing, or make you see